What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Locked On Sharks, the premier hockey podcast covering your favorite team in the Bay Area. We are gathered here today to celebrate and reflect on the 2021-2022 Sharks. For they have passed on to a greater world. They have left the NHL standings, and they have left the playoff race behind. Previously deceased by their friends, the Ottawa Senators, Montreal Canadiens, Arizona Cardinals, Arizona Coyotes. And they will be joining them on the farm, or some people like to call it heaven, or as other people like to call it, tankathon.com.
You're Locked On Sharks, your daily podcast on the San Jose Sharks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All aboard for Shane Wright. Hell yeah, we can finally do this thing. I'm your host, Kyle Demetrius. Back with me as always is my co-host, JD. I don't know, what things are shitty? The kick in the nuts to my getting beheaded. I don't know. Those things are equal,
They
aren't
decapitated his head.
Oh, the Sharks are terrible. Like, hold on. I would like to point out, we're going to do this right now. Remember that guy a couple weeks ago that was like, there's so much complaining on the podcast. When we only complained for 5 minutes about Doug because he was spending too much time online. Complained about Bob doing weird lineup choices. That guy, you might as well just tune out now because this is the funeral episode. The Sharks are cooked. The Sharks are toast. If you jump online and see anybody out there talking about, well, they can regroup and go to the playoffs or they're only like 2 games out. I also have many bridges in Brooklyn to sell you, and I have beachfront property in Chad. So
It's bad, dude. I mean,
they did.
It's bad. They did. Like, you can't. Remember when they were this sick defensive team? Those were the days. You can't give up. Let's see. Since they came back, they gave up 7 goals to the Coyotes, who are bad. 2 goals to the Flyers, who were on the second night of a back-to-back, and half their team has gone on COVID.
Yeah,
Okay. 8 goals to the Pittsburgh Penguins, including 4 in the first 6 minutes.
Woof.
And then you give up 6 to the Detroit Red Wings, who are known as an offensive juggernaut in the NHL, right? That is what I've been told.
One last time for the people in the back. Woof. James Reimer.
That was fun.
The defense, I don't know. Aiden Hill, boy, that trade's looking real bad.
It's and then losing, Logan Couture to COVID protocols, and like there's just this team is just a hot mess right now.
The depth is bad when Logan Couture goes out and Nick Bonino is now your second line center.
Hey, it beats Dylan Gambrell to C.
It
beats Dylan Gambrell to C. But it's just, it's this team is. They were winning every other games, these like tight defensive contests, and you can only do that for so long unless you're like a super elite goaltending, and the Sharks are not that, and their defense has been porous ever since the return to play. And then you lose Jacob Middleton, who's been like the one good defensive defenseman. Side note, Jacob Middleton, buddy, you are officially too good to be fighting people. You're actually like good at defense.
They need you to play defense.
You can't go
Šimek or Milosh or like Jeffrey Veal's in the lineup.
Jeffrey Veal's for yes. Middleton, please. You don't need to be fighting people. But yeah, so it seems we're not doctors, but it seems the quote afterwards is he's not feeling good. So he's probably going to be concussion protocol for a little bit after that.
I wonder, Bob. They called it an upper body, and he said he's not feeling well. His head got smushed into the plexiglass. Also, I know you want to be like, not you. This is the royal you, the royal we.
Yes.
You want to defend your guys and be like, oh, it's not too bad. But like, there's nothing worse than hockey fans who are just so blind and homery that they're like, oh no, our teams are perfect. Maple Leaf syndrome. Detroit, come on, man. Detroit fans, like, let's relax. He jumped into a guy whose numbers were there staring at him for a good 10 seconds. There was no turn at the last second, and he jumped and launched himself upwards into him. you can just be like, yeah, our fourth liner hit a dude from behind. Sorry. Like when Joachim Blichfeld tried to decapitate Nathan McKinnon, we didn't jump on here and we're like, well, see,
no, that
the
was a
angle
bad
of
hit.
the Earth and the Coriolis effect actually changed Nathan McKinnon's trajectory. No, we didn't do that. We were like, shit, man, don't do that. And then he got suspended for like 5 games. Yeah, we're like, guy, don't do that.
Yeah, especially, Jacob Middleton's not like a super. Oh, he's a superstar in our hearts.
Hold on,
like in our hearts, he's a superstar. But yeah, like it doesn't matter if you're, a fourth liner guy or a superstar like Nathan McKinnon. Like nobody wants to see those type of hits on those guys, and it's gross. Like trying to justify that. So
just don't do that. And the Red Wings broadcast apparently was just the driving force behind that.
Yeah.
So. Don't do that. I mean, not that I can say much about our broadcast, but whatever.
At least we're not like
not us. I meant the Sharks broadcast.
Yes,
we're fine. We are above reproach.
We are perfect. Some people have said that one of us is perfect on here.
Me.
But yeah, it's so disappointing where it's like Timo Meier, who after his hot start is just he hasn't kind of, I don't want to say he's not the same guy, but like that pace, that torrid pace that he was on, he just couldn't continue that. And Erik Karlsson's come back to earth a little bit. And you see Brent Burns, the age just caught up with Brent Burns. Vlasic was scratched tonight after his horrible game against the Penguins. And, this core isn't good enough. And if you want a reason, like, I know there's people like, oh, you should never tank, don't tank. That's loser's mentality. Look across the ice tonight. What's the driving force for the Red Wings right now?
A big old tank.
Yeah. Lucas Raymond and Moritz Seider, 2 rookies who are burning down the NHL right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Sharks, we have one, right, with William Eklund, who's getting ready to come over. You need to find him a friend.
And as good as we think like Bordelot will be and Robbins could be, and
they're
stuff
not.
Like that, they're
there's
not.
a reason they were drafted in the second round. It's not. They're not.
You hope they turn out.
Yeah,
you hope they turn out. It's not drafting Lucas Raymond 5th and Moritz Seider 6th. You need another single-digit pick.
You need a friend.
Yeah, you need a friend, and this is the year that there's going to be some good friends.
There's a lot of good friends for Eklund this year.
So this is the year that this year and next year.
Yeah.
The
2023 class is already looking.
Yeah, and if you weirder things have happened. You fall and you finish like 7th in the standing or 7th from the bottom, and all of a sudden you win the lottery, and now you're picking first.
Yep.
Stranger things have happened.
So, you know what isn't strange, Kyle?
What
is getting hungry, but not knowing what to grab for a snack because you want to be healthy, but you still need to kind of feel that snackiness.
I know. Some people probably got some Pelotons for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you got a Bowflex if you're like 70 years old. Maybe you're doing Billy Blank's Tybo. Fair, one of those.
Yeah,
maybe one of those. Yeah, you pop in the VHS. You're getting a little sweaty. Maybe you're training to become a UFC fighter. I don't know what your life is, but everybody's going to need some fuel in between there. Maybe you just love to shop and you love those New Year's deals. So why not grab a Built Bar? Because Built Bars taste good. They taste like a chocolate bar. They may even taste better than a chocolate bar because they have 100% real chocolate on the outside. Everybody's thinking, oh, it's just a protein bar. We've all had those protein bars. You go to the gas station. It's like 1 a.m. You're driving to see your girlfriend in a different city. You're kind of tired. Grab a water. And you're like, I'm a little hungry. Grab a protein bar. It tastes like chalk. It tastes really waxy. Doesn't taste like the flavor it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be peanut butter chocolate. And it tastes like chalk and asphalt. That's not going to happen with Built Bar. And you're not stuck to like 2 flavors. You have so many flavors to choose from. Cherry Barcia, JD's favorite. Coconut brownie. There's new flavors all the time coming out at built.com. So you always got to go check it out there. And the best part is when you find your favorite, most Built Bars only contain 130 calories, 4 grams of sugar, 4 net carbs, and 17 grams of protein. Compare that to your chocolate bar, candy bar for you American listeners, which is most of you. 240 calories, 30 grams of sugar, and dozens of net carbs, and not that sweet, sweet protein. So here's an idea for the new year. Go to built.com, find your favorite, and order a whole box of them. And you can go to built.com and use promo code locked15 and get 15% off your order. Use promo code locked15 for 15% off at built.com. So I think the biggest story, besides the Sharks being dead, is Vlasic finally got scratched.
Yeah.
It hurt more than I thought it was going to.
Well,
notably, Marc-Eduard Vlasic is like my fourth favorite Shark ever, or something like that. So I thought he should be traded or bought out or scratched a long time ago. He hasn't been good in a while. And when I saw that he was scratched, it hurt. I was a little sad. It was weird to see that. Maybe because I was like a kid.
Yeah,
I was younger. Piece of me is dying. Like when Joe Thornton left, a little piece of my childhood just died forever. Maybe that's what it is. But I mean, the game against Pittsburgh notwithstanding, you could have scratched him many times over these intervening like 2 or 3 years. He hit the cliff harder than I've seen a lot of people hit the cliff when it comes to aging. So I think we see Vlasic back after this game because, boy, that was rough. I don't know.
Brutal tonight, but yeah.
Oh, my God.
Especially with Middleton probably going to be out for a couple games with his concussion. Or is it Ryan Merkley time?
No, they hate Ryan Merkley.
He is on the Texas squad right now. He is with the team right now.
But they called up Nick Milosh. I guess Nick Milosh played well
Milosh has
earlier.
been with the team, but yeah, they brought up Megna and Merkley.
I can't believe they played Megna.
I think they wanted to that lefty thing, kind of let's say, hey, he was the Sharks' best player tonight, apparently, according to the analytics. But
how many minutes did old Jacob with a Y play? His name is Jaycob, right?
Yeah.
What a wild name.
Yes. Let's pull up the.
I know. I wish my internet was working. Oh, there we go. The joys of doing a podcast by the seat of your pants. Yeah. Don't tell us to do an outline corporate.
He played 20 minutes, almost 21 minutes tonight. But I mean,
Jesus, what?
Well, Middleton also only played 4.5 minutes. So yeah,
I immediately forgot. I've forgotten most things about this game. I immediately forgot that he Burns up to a gentleman's 24.
We'll take that.
Magnet basically 21. Milosh 18. Right. That's awesome. Erik Karlsson 22.57. Who's the other defenseman?
Šimek.
Oh, Šimek. He played 21. Oh, wow.
But
your boy Scott Reedy played 14 minutes. The second coming of Joe Pavelski.
Hey,
but do you think
coming?
What do you think? What do you think? So many jokes, little time. Do you think this is the beginning of the end for Vlasic, or is just this a bump in the road?
I think it's beyond the beginning of the end. I think it's just,
well, I mean, from an organization standpoint, obviously we saw like the downhill trajectory for a while, but like from an organization standpoint where they haven't bought him out, he's got a full no move, so we don't really know how close the trade talks have been. Obviously, there was the hot going home to Quebec.
Yeah.
Rumors, but we don't even know if that was true.
Yeah, and plus, why would he want to go to a worse team right now? Well, I guess Montreal literally has nobodies that they can call up. Like when I say nobodies, I mean there's literally 0 people that they can call up right now.
Yeah, they played with 10 forwards the other day. It's wild. I don't know. Maybe a change of scenery. Finished out his career in his home because he does live in Quebec City.
Yeah,
in the summertime. So we don't know if that was true or not, but from an organization standpoint, they finally scratched him. You got to think that maybe this is the off ramp.
Yeah, especially when you have if we think this season, I know they're gonna still like, hey, we still have a chance. We're only 3 points out or whatever it is.
Oh my God, are they gonna say?
There's no they're way. Gonna say that. There's they're not throwing into the towel until the very last second. We see what's coming. We see what's coming ahead. We already know, but.
We saved the franchise once. Don't make us do it again, damn it.
We will do it again. But like these would be perfect. This would be perfect opportunity to get Ryan Merkley real ice time in the NHL right now, where it's like, you still have enough guys with like Karlsson and Burns who can play those heavier minutes, but like you can start to ease him into it. Was it?
Šimek, Vlasic are lefty.
Yeah, and they've been
bench one of them and throw Ryan Merkley out there and then alternate those two.
And it's like you can start to ease him in and start letting him do more, especially in a season that's going to be lost. So that's where we, as your tank commanders, we are putting the tank commander hats back on. We are going to kind of the rest of the season is going to be like trying to find these opportunities. And what was the saying we had last year was, are they witches? Can they fly? If you push these kids over the cliff, are they actually going to be able to respond?
God, my brain is stupid. Why did I think of that?
I don't know. Well, that's half the Locked On Sharks podcast is why do we think of that? But like, this is perfect opportunity, like to let Ryan Merkley to see if he's actually worth this number 1 pick that you spent on him, and was it 2018 or whatever. And like, you gotta pull the Band-Aid off with him sometime. And he looked well. He did a good job in his small sample size before, and it's time, buddy. It's time.
Isn't he at like 0.8 points per game or something?
He's
in the
been
AHL?
killing it down in the AHL, yeah. Also, Scott Reedy's got like 14 goals in the AHL too, so he's been killing it. So,
you can almost say Pavelski like scoring pace
Yes.
in the AHL. Yeah, I know. I totally agree with you there, and think that there's no point. There's no point to this season anymore. Let's
Play the
talk.
kids.
Let's talk gambling, and then we can put some odds on where we think Tomas Hertl is going, because he's got to be out, right?
Yep. Yeah. So if you want to put odds on where you think Tomas Hertl's going, or if you degenerate who wants to continue to gamble on all the college bowl or the college playoffs, NFL playoffs are right around the corner, or of course, as well as a bunch of other stuff to get on. BetOnline has got you covered for everything you need with more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline remains your number one spot for all the sports action this season. So head over to their website or use your mobile device today to sign up and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use the promo code LOCKEDON to receive your bonus. From basketball, football, NHL, boxing, UFC, right to your favorite Vegas casino games, don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for the 2021 season. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all your favorite sports. So don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available. BetOnline, where the game starts.
So, do we think so? Tomas Hertl said after the game, "This is embarrassing. Nothing gets by you, Tommy." Do you think this is pushing him out the door?
I mean, yeah, I was on. I mean, you guys heard yesterday I was on the Locked On Red Wings podcast, and like we did a crossover, and they asked me what percentage I thought Hertl would be back this year, and I was at 40% yesterday, and I am. Those odds are going down. And it's one of those things where, yes, it sucks. It's going to suck losing Hertl. Like, Hertl's a lot of people's favorite Sharks, but with Hertl on the team, like, do you see them contending anytime soon with Hertl and Couture and these guys on the team? And if you can get a first round pick and a tasty prospect, yeah, I think you got to pull the trigger. So
what you're saying is trades must be always.
Trades must be always.
Can't believe I said that.
Yes.
He's still 27.
Mm-hmm.
Bring in Eklund. That's the problem, though, is that they're not going to put like Bordelot and Gushin and, well, maybe not even Gushin, Robbins and Weissblatt and stuff like that probably aren't going to make the league next year.
Yeah.
They may make it in 23, 24.
Yeah, you would think
means he's
at least
be...
like Bordelot. I think Bordelot is probably out of this three. I would probably put Bordelot as the first out of.
But is he going to be an impact guy at that point? Like, that's
not an impact guy, but I think he can kind of be floors like right away is like what we've seen from Jasper, but then like you're going to see the exponential rise from him, where he can like come in and contribute a little bit, but then as the season goes on, you can see him kind of taking that 3C role and then working his way up. So
yeah, that's just a lot of ifs and buts and candy and nuts, and it's just that's multiple years away.
Yep.
And by the time on the flip side, because so Hertl will be like 30. On the flip side, you trade him now, get a haul, and now you build around Eklund's friend from 2022,
and whatever
prospect you get.
Yep.
And you try to go.
Yeah, because then you have.
Are we officially putting our flag in the ground as they should trade Hertl?
I think so. For the good of the franchise, I think you have to trade Hertl.
True, we are trying to save the franchise as much as it sucks. Laundry reigns supreme.
Here's the other one. Do you trade Timo Meier? He's got 1 year left.
Welcome back to Locked On Sharks, where it's now a solo podcast.
Okay.
No, lay it out.
He's got 1 year left on his $6 million contract next year, right? Mm-hmm. He has been at a point per game producing right now on a terrible Sharks team, right? If you trade Hertl and Meier, and then you've got, just think of the package that you could be getting. So you'd probably be getting at least a first round plus it's basically the Hertl package for Timo Meier, and a team is going to want him, if the Sharks eat salary, and then you could have Timo Meier next year for $3 million. If you're a contending team, you could get a lot for a first line winger who's been putting up a point per game this year. Because again, when the Sharks are good, again, where's Timo Meier going to be?
He'll be
He'll be in that 27, 28 range, but like,
which I think you need.
You do need those guys
because then Couture will be he's my age. He's 32. He's going to be old as sin. He's going to be like 35 or 36. Burns will be gone. Vlasic will be gone. Carlson will be annihilated into dust at that point.
Yeah,
you don't really have any veterans. You don't have any longer term Sharks. Like it would
Mario
have to be
Ferraro, buddy.
I guess, and I mean, like we've seen it before where younger guys lead the franchises and stuff like that.
But I mean, that's
you'd be relying on William Eklund to be a 22-year-old, 23-year-old star, which I mean, they're hoping that he is. Yeah, and be the best player in the team, and then fill.
But I mean, like look at the Red Wings. I mean, they burnt it down to the ground, right? Like they have a lot of young guys, and it's painful. But you can see the fruits of that labor now. And it's like once you start getting those guys who are younger, and then you start to supplement them with some of those veteran signings to be like, to try to help along that process and stuff. But like, I'm not saying that this is the right thing to do, but if you're Doug Wilson and is like Timo Meier's trade value hasn't been this high since he first signed that contract, especially after the last 2 years. And especially if you eat $3 million, if you eat half his salary, and like what team would not like to add a $3 million powered forward, top line winger to their roster?
You probably open them up to more teams too.
And you can open up to more teams, and you could get, it probably would
because he's young. A team like a Montreal, I'm not saying Montreal's going to do this, but a Montreal maybe like, okay, we can actually add a 25-year-old, $3 million, sign him, we have some space, and actually get, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or actually, a perfect team would be like New Jersey, where they have that young core of guys, like they have like your Hischers and your Jack, like your Hughes and stuff like that. But then you add Timo Meier, who's still young, but he's kind of been there and done that a little bit. And kind of, like I know the Devils are having kind of a bit of a slump right now, but a team like that, where they're like a team on the rise, or even like a team like Detroit, right, who has a lot of assets and stuff, and they have a lot of prospects, where they're a team on the rise, you add, and Detroit has a buttload of cap space. Like, so that way, I think swinging a deal for team, again, I don't know if it's the right move, but it's something, if you're Doug Wilson,
it's definitely a move.
It's something you have to think about. I honestly think about. So
would you rather trade?
If you get an offer, you can't refuse.
Yeah. If you can only trade one though, who would you rather trade, Hertl or Meier?
I think you trade Hertl, just because, like you said, Timo is younger and he can still be part of that next core. And he also doesn't have the injury history that Hertl does. I mean, I know Hertl's, he's been playing well, but it's, that knee takes the wrong hit or something like that. We saw it the last time he got hurt, where it was just got hit the wrong way in the corner. And you're going to have to give him a new contract here soon. That's going to be that by the time that contract's done, he's not going to be worth whatever he's getting paid. So this is depressing.
Once you accept G bracket the Sharks being bad into your life, it's all better.
Lord Jasper scored though. Hallelujah.
The future. Not hallelujah. It's not a God thing.
I can praise be Lord Jasper, kind Lord,
a benevolent master.
Benevolent, yes.
Ah, man. I just looked at a bottle of Bailey's and thought, damn, I should down that. If you would like to weigh in on the Timo Tomo.
Please don't burn down my mentions, but I'm just
your mentions. Well, hold on. I have access to the account too. Let's set things straight here. I started the account and I will kill it if I have to. Tweet out a dick pic before I leave. Locked on Sharks. If you would like to jump on Twitter and engage in conversation with us, we're more than happy to, because shitposting was life before, but now that the Sharks are horrendous, oh baby, no more analysis, just shitposting. It's gonna be so good. Locked on Sharks on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can let us know anything you want to know at all of those. We are open. We are kind. most of the time.
Mostly like Jasper Weatherby.
If you want to talk about the Lord, let us know. We're
Yeah.
more than happy to talk about the Lord. Lord's family, come on the podcast.
Yeah.
We will interview you. We have nothing to talk about anymore. Life is meaningless.
Eat Arby's.
YouTube. Locked on Sharks. I think we're
11.
closing in on 500. 11 people. Owen
11
Nolan amount. Oh,
subscribers.
I hate those people that are like, it's Owen Nolan days away from the thing. I hate those people.
The one that you did. So the
Which
thing
one?
you just did. Yeah,
I just did it. Yeah. And I just immediately hated myself.
Yeah.
Owen Nolan. Oh, God. Locked on Sharks on YouTube. Owen Nolan has not appeared there. Owen Nolan, come on the podcast. I'm trying really hard. Gmail. LockedOnSharks@gmail.com. We haven't got an email in a while. Thank you for your service, everybody. You can email us there. I don't really care. If you're listening to us, you found us on the internet somehow because we're only on the internet. YouTube, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, wherever. Go nuts. If we have to tell you, then you've never heard us before. This isn't 2002 where your friend is listening to a Walkman in the hallways. You're like, what is that? And they're like, it's Into Club by 50 Cent. And you're like, oh, cool. What album is that off? It's Get Rich or Die Trying. Oh, can I borrow it? And you swap CDs. Yeah, We've all been there. That's not a personal anecdote. Yeah. In _da_club _CD _quality _real _buy _poner 69.
Yep.
Classic maneuver. Burning CDs was great. JD is at my fry hole.
Kyle, as always, is that Kyle Demetrius.
And for all of you out there, I drank way more than 12 and a half drinks.
Yes, the overhits. Ching, ching, ching. We need the rainmaker sound.
Also, the free pour in the States, when you order like a vodka soda, baby, they don't count those ounces. That's just tip that bottle up until you think, and then you're done. It'll get you.
Thank you for making us your first listen. Go check out Locked On Bets, especially with the NFL playoffs right around the corner. You want to make some money on that. That's a good time to make some money. Also, go check out one of the other amazing podcasts. And go check out Locked On Sabres. If you want to learn about the Sabres and how their tank is going. #not good. Actually, Owen Power looks like he might be a dude, but
or check out Locked On.
Actually, go check out Locked On Kings. They had the Ontario Reign announcer on. They had a good interview, so go check out our friend Sarah over there.
Time in Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, no, our good friend Sarah. Go check out her episode with Ontario Reign, play-by-play guy, or wherever Kyle wants to promote now. Whatever.
Locked on Seahawks. I was just there.
Okay, so Locked On Seahawks as they lament Russell Wilson leaving. So
can't believe Pete Carroll made him kneel down on his last play at home. Loser mentality.
Bye, friends.
Adios, amigos.